The money will be used to establish forest reserves and build a hospital to care for the sick and injured animals. The koala's decline has been blamed on habitat loss, dog attacks and climate change. Well, to discuss this with me further, I'm joined in the studio by Deborah Tabart, who's the CEO of the Australian Koala Foundation. Thank you for coming in, Deborah.
Thank you for having me.
Just how much of a crisis is the koala population in?
The koala was listed as vulnerable to extinction 6 years ago, and so this is a long overdue statement, and it's not what I would want. I would rather we had strong laws to protect trees from coming down, so I don't see any legislative reform in these announcements. And a lot of those national parks that they're going to create are formerly forested lands. So they, I was going to say flog the forest, but they cut those trees down and then they go, oh, OK, well, we'll make it into a national park. So that's not optimum for koalas. So it sounds great, but I'm sceptical enough to say that I think this is an election promise. There's an election coming up.
It's interesting that they also are going to be building specialist hospitals to care for them. Are they at risk health-wise as well? Is that one of the risk factors that's affecting the population?
Well, you know, you think about going home tonight and your house is gone. You've got no food, you've got nowhere to live, your family's gone. So as soon as you take a tree down, then the koalas are prone to all sorts of things. And over my 30-year career, and I've looked at the 200 years of history, we've shot them, we've destroyed them, we've starved them, we've moved them, we've done all sorts, sterilised them, we've done all sorts of things. So this is maybe well-meaning. At the best, I'm happy to say it's well-meaning, but it isn't going to fix the problems. And I'm here in London talking to environmental lawyers about stronger world laws that really need to look at what's happening to our planet. So 80% of the koala's forests are gone and 85% of the world's forests are gone. And so when you're in a job like mine, you see this every day, it just never goes away. Can we imagine this planet without the forests?
Are Australians aware of the problem? Are they rallying around organisations like yours?
Yes, well, we're privately funded, and so, you know, getting money for koalas is not difficult, really. No, getting political commitment and will to actually upset industry, which is what it is, upsetting industry to say, we're going to put some constraints on you. Now, I say to all those industry leaders, if I was running your businesses, I reckon I could still coal mine and keep koalas. I think I could still grow food and keep koalas. But they just want to be able to land clear, and also our political leaders at the moment are just creating divide and conquer between farmers and greenies and all that sort of stuff. So President Macron was in Australia this week and he gave a clear message to everyone because of the Pacific. You know, climate's changing. You've got your hottest day today. Over our summer we had 50 degrees Celsius where I live.
Now, are the people that you're speaking to listening to you? Because, what you're saying is much bigger than implementing and using the $34 million.
Yes.
Are they listening to you? I mean, how big a job do you have?
Well, in 2011, a Senate inquiry, they listened to 101 submissions from the people and they said, look, we're going to protect it. And then it just got shelved. You know, 6 years later, the federal minister has just basically said it's too hard. So no, they're not listening to anyone except industry. And I don't have a problem with industry going about its business, but we're at a time in history where I feel so strongly that unless we understand how serious the climate changes are, I'm privileged to travel my country every day in the bush, and I've seen what I regard as ecological collapse. And in Canberra, they have no idea that's happening.
OK, just very quickly, it's an iconic, image, just looking at it there.
Handsome, isn't he?
He is handsome. I just found out he's a gentleman because of his Roman nose.
Yes.
How important is the koala to Australians?
Well, Julie Bishop, our foreign minister's koala diplomacy, when our former Prime Minister was going to shirt front Mr Putin, the first thing they did was put a koala into his hands. So he's very important. The koala's very important.
OK. Deborah Tabart, thank you very much indeed, and good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck.